what's up everybody? It's your girl Merle, and today we're gonna be making 3 different kinds of vegan brownies. We're gonna be making one at 10 minutes, we're gonna be making one in 1 hour, and we're gonna be making one, drumroll please, in 1 day. It's definitely not gonna be our healthiest episode of anything on Goodful, but it might be one of the most delicious. Certainly the most chocolatey. Let's do it! We're gonna make a mug brownie cake in 10 minutes. So the first thing we wanna do is mix together all of our dry ingredients. Brown sugar, all-purpose flour, organic granulated sugar, and some cocoa powder. Finally, some baking powder. We're gonna add in our wet ingredients. Vegetable oil, vanilla. I almost forgot to add a pinch of salt with my dry ingredients. Now we're just gonna mix that together. Oh, it's looking like the cake mix I remember in my Easy Bake oven. Isn't it incredible that we used a light bulb to bake cakes? Now we're just gonna transfer it into a mug. I would recommend using like a wider mug. And then we're gonna microwave it for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And that's it. Life is good. And once you take it out of the microwave, make sure to pop some vegan chocolate chips on top of there right away so the heat from the mug cake will actually get them to melt. Now all that's left to do is eat. Oh my God. This tastes very like decadent. It's like nice and moist. Everybody should try this. If you want to dip your toes in some plant-based desserts, you can't turn down one that takes 10 minutes to make. On to the next one. So now we have our 1 hour vegan brownies. I'm gonna take a medium mixing bowl and start off by adding organic granulated sugar, brown sugar, pumpkin puree, which is gonna act as the egg substitute, and vanilla. Mix that together for like 1 or 2 minutes until the sugar is almost completely dissolved. Then we're gonna add some vegan butter and 1 cup of mini vegan chocolate chips to a large microwave safe bowl. And we're gonna microwave those for about 1 to 1.5 minutes until the butter is completely melted. And we're just gonna let that sit for 3 minutes before we whisk it together. We're gonna go ahead and pour our chocolate mixture into our sugar mixture and then stir to combine. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, smells amazing too. Doesn't smell at all like pumpkin, which is probably good considering they're brownies. There's enough chocolate in there to cover that right up. Now it's time for us to sift in our dry ingredients. All-purpose flour, almond flour, cocoa powder. I just try to crush any of the like little balled up pieces that are left. Baking soda and salt. Now I'm just gonna fold that right in. It looks beautiful. Fold all of that in together with a spatula to incorporate it. And then we're gonna fold in another 1/2 cup of our vegan chocolate chips. If you're making a dessert, you can make a healthier version if you want, but I'm going in. If I'm treating myself, I'm treating myself all the way. Now we've got our batter all set and ready to go. We're gonna just spread that into a 9x9 prepared baking dish. Now we've got our batter in our pan. All that's left to do is bake. Bake it for 32 to 35 minutes. All right, the brownies are ready. They've cooled off, and now it's just time to try them. Ooh. I mean, it looks beautiful. It's got the nice crunchy layer on top, and then it's like really fudgy inside. Oh, mama! Woo. I really, honestly, would never, ever, ever assume that anyone could tell this was vegan. Let's move on to the 1-day brownie recipe. We have reached the grand finale. I decided to change up my hairdo since this is gonna be such a luxurious experience. I'm just kidding, my hair was getting in my way. I was inspired by my dear friend Alvin's 100-hour brownie. The man's a culinary genius, you see. I was intrigued by his method and I wanted to see if we could apply it to a vegan brownie. So our first step is to make our coconut cream mixture. I'm gonna add in my coconut cream, organic sugar, brown sugar, and finally some vanilla. This is a wealthy looking mixture here. It looks like something Martha Stewart would be mixing, but it's me. It's like I'm not Merle anymore, I'm Merle, whichever one sounded the wealthiest. This is looking great. We're gonna set this aside. I've got a medium, whoa, almost dropped it. Got a medium bowl here. Make sure it's a heat safe bowl. And we're gonna add in 2 cups of dark chocolate chips and ground coffee. Then we're gonna melt our coconut oil in a small skillet, add some finely chopped walnuts. Let that simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now we're gonna pour the walnut mixture over our chocolate chips. I'm gonna let this sit for about 2 minutes to let the chocolate soften before I mix it all together. Oh, it smells divine. Now we're gonna pour our chocolate sauce over our coconut cream mixture. Sift in some all-purpose flour, dark cocoa powder, and salt. Then we're gonna mix all that together until it is nicely combined. And lastly, we're gonna mix in 3/4 of a cup of some dark chocolate chunks. Don't be alarmed by the consistency. I know it doesn't look like your usual brownie batter. That's okay, that's what it's supposed to do. Now it's time to transfer our batter. It's really more like a dough. Once it's evenly spread out in your baking dish, we're gonna cover it with foil, and then we're gonna pop it in the fridge for 8 hours or overnight. Once it's done refrigerating, we're gonna pop that in the oven and bake it for 35 minutes. Then we'll freeze it for 30 minutes. While the brownies are in the fridge, we're gonna make our peanut butter caramel sauce. We're gonna add some creamy peanut butter, maple syrup, and a little bit of coconut oil to a small saucepan over just a medium heat, and you wanna stir that continuously. You'll see the edges start to bubble, and we're gonna keep stirring for like 3 or 4 minutes until it's completely smooth. Then we're gonna remove that from the heat and add in a little salt and some vanilla. And just mix that up until it's completely smooth. Now we're gonna remove our brownie pan from the freezer and pour our peanut butter caramel sauce over the top of the brownies. And you can just use a spatula or a butter knife to evenly spread that out. Finally, we're gonna make our chocolate topping, where we're just going to microwave some vegan dark chocolate chips and a little bit of coconut oil on a high heat. We're gonna use a spoon to drizzle our chocolate over the peanut butter caramel and use a butter knife or a chopstick to marble the chocolate through the caramel. And finally, we're gonna place this in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. Woo! That was a lot of work. Look at this beautiful, luxurious brownie. Woo! Oh my God, it's so delicious! This is the best brownie I have ever had in my life. I need to let everybody know, but there's nobody here. Vegan or not, sweet tooth or not, you need to make these brownies. That gets an 11 out of 10. It melts in your mouth like heaven. The peanut butter, the coffee, the chocolate is incredible. This is going to be what I make for every occasion, whether people are gonna be there or not. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you had as great of a time as I did, but I bet you didn't, because I got to eat all the brownies. I hope that you have 3 new vegan brownie recipes that will fit into whatever amount of time you have in your life right now. Let me know what you'd like me to make next in the comments below. Have a fantastic day.